Up next is, I'm so excited to introduce him to you. It is Joe Herrera. Joe Herrera is a candidate for Texas House 53. He's running for an open seat vacated by Andrew Murr. Welcome, Joe. I'm so glad you're running for office, especially in your district. So I can't wait for you to tell us a little bit more about who you are and why you're running for office.
Hey, Nancy, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for everybody that is watching online. Um, I am Joe P. Herrera. I'm running to be the state representative for House District 53. I live in Natalia, Texas, which is located in Medina County. I've been here since 2005 with my wife of 17 years. I'm a graduate of the University of Texas at San Antonio, and I was fortunate enough to get a MBA from Our Lady of the Lake University. I've spent my career in the sales industry, so I've really sold a bunch of different products, candy bars, working for the Hershey Company, different grocery goods. So I'm very connected with what folks are talking about, a lot of the issues regarding inflation and how pricing is impacting their daily lives because it's something that I'm living every day in my life. I am, like a lot of folks in the district, working, doing this on the weekends and the evenings. So this is my third go round in terms of running for this seat. I ran in 2020 and 2022 unopposed, and was the nominee. It is a very red district. So you can tell by it's kind of like West Texas. So it comes from Medina County all the way out west toward Pecos and up to Llano, Mason, Menard. It's a big geography. It's been gerrymandered a few times. So in the time that I've been here in Medina County, this is the third version of this district that I've lived in. And the reason that I decided to get into politics and to run for this was that I felt that, our individual rights and freedoms have been, under attack for too long. And I really want to give the people in House District 53 a chance to vote for somebody that's, open-minded and willing to listen to their issues and not just pander to folks that are supporting them because of the party that they're running for. I think that it's important that everybody feels represented. And I can say that for the last, or since I've lived in this area, for the exception for the one time that Medina County was part of a different Democratic district, for at least the last 10 years, I felt like my issues, my voice was never being heard in Austin. The things that were impacting me and a lot of rural communities, like Natalia, were being unheard. So, I want everybody in this area, regardless of their party affiliation, to really have a chance to be successful, to do better than the generation before them, to have a chance to go to college, to have a chance to go to a trade school, or to open a small business. So that's really why I'm running for this seat.
Well, that sounds like very good reasons to run for the seat. So thank you so much. And I did, while you were talking, I looked up your congressional map and I was like, wow, okay, I hadn't seen that one before, but because there's a lot of maps you have to kind of keep track of. But yeah, you're right. It's a big area. So tell us a little bit more about what are the top three issues that you feel are the most important for you while you're running for this seat?
Yeah, thank you for that question. So no, number one priority for me, and it's been a priority for the last couple of times that I've run. So it shows that the issue has not been solved by our current representative, and maybe that's the reason why he's not running again. But when we look at funding for our public schools, especially for public schools across the rural parts of Texas, you've got communities that have very little tax base to tap into when it comes to businesses, and some of the more smaller communities, it's small. It's harder for them to tap into property taxes, which are obviously very high as it is, which need to be reformed themselves. But I really want to make sure that we're giving our teachers and our staffs in these public schools the funding that they deserve, give them the pay raises that they deserve, and kind of connected to that issue is just continue to push for expanded broadband internet access for rural communities. A lot of students, when they leave the classroom, that's where the learning ends, because when they go home, they don't have access to high-speed internet, either because it's too expensive or they're just in areas that don't have that access. Myself, here in Natalia, 30 minutes from San Antonio, I've got cell phone coverage as my internet. So I've got a T-Mobile device that I have to use to get to the internet because there's not a lot of options for us, and we're 30 miles from a large city. So rural communities that are further away are even impacted even more. The second issue that's important to me and to folks in the district is just restoring the reproductive freedoms of women. For far too long, women have had to worry about other people making decisions for their health care. And we need to put an end to that. We need to restore that right for women to do what's best for them, to have those conversations with their doctors and healthcare providers, to have access to the wide variety of reproductive health services that are out there. And that's something very important and something that we need to continue to fight for and restore those rights that were taken away. And the third thing is to work for common sense gun reform, because we need to keep our students safe in our schools and at home. What I can say is one of the candidates that is potentially going to be running against me when he's in his own primary, his sole focus for the last 10 years has been expanding gun rights. And he played a pivotal role in the recently passed constitutional carry law. So I want to make sure we're talking about protecting our students, protecting our children, and reforming, gun laws, making sure that we've got common sense gun laws. There's people that are out there hunting and gun owners that are very, safe and they do the right things. But we have weapons out there that are weapons of war that we need to kind of rein in, and we have to put serious policies in place to protect everyone. And it's the right thing to do. And when you're more concerned about what the gun lobby is going to do, or you're not going to be able to raise enough money, a lot of times you don't speak up. It's easier to just go along with the crowd. So we need someone that's going to stand up and fight for that. And that's something that I intend to do if elected.
Yeah, all very important reasons. So I hear you there. So tell us, where can we find you and how best can we support you right now while you're running for office?
Yeah, thank you for that. So you can go to www.joepherrera.com for my website. There is a donate button on there. Donations are greatly appreciated. You can look for me on Facebook. It's Joe, the word 4, Texas 53. I'm also on Instagram with the same handle, and on Twitter. And the best way that the folks that are listening or watching can help me is just by sharing information about me. If you saw this and there's a great candidate that's out there. If you know folks that are in Hondo or Kerrville or Llano or Bandera, out in Fort Stockton, just help me get the message out. Right now, we do have some hardcore donors that have made donations over the last couple of cycles, but a lot of it is just my own, credit card bills that I put expenses on credit cards. So help me get the name out, share my website. You can actually email me at joe4texas53@gmail.com if you've got questions to get in contact with me. So look forward to questions and for meeting a lot of people out there over the next couple months.
Wonderful. Well, I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail. I'm so glad you're running for this office, and I'm wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much, Nancy.